Good morning. We find ourselves at the midpoint of the 5th week of the Easter season. And since this is the first full week of the month of May, and as we look forward to this coming Sunday, which by long custom, at least in the United States, is celebrated as Mother's Day, I thought I would offer just a few reflections about this observance. Now, we all know, of course, it isn't a church feast, and it's a civil society celebration recognizing the beauty of motherhood and the value of women in society as both mothers and spouses to their husbands. And one of the things, though, that the church inevitably wishes to call to mind for people, and most especially for us who are Catholic, is the direct connection between our Blessed Mother as Mother of Jesus, the second person of the Blessed Trinity, and our Mother, and women who themselves are mothers and grandmothers. And that's something I think that's well worth taking a few moments just to meditate on, reflect on, in that we have in the example of our Blessed Lady the model of motherhood, both as being the mother of Jesus, the Son of God, but as spouse to Saint Joseph. We find there the example that every lady who's been blessed with the gift of marriage and motherhood should look to for strength and for consolation. It's not easy to be a mother, to be a parent. We all know that. And certainly our Blessed Mother endured and persevered through with great faith and trust in God's will the many hardships that she endured as the mother of Jesus and the spouse of Saint Joseph, from the flight into Egypt to living a life of relative anonymity and poverty in Nazareth, to following her son as he certainly was condemned to death and eventually crucified. We find in our Blessed Mother a good example of how the daily life of one called to be a mother to another can have its ups and downs, certainly, but how finding in every circumstance the blessing of God's will and God's grace, that actual grace, to accept His will and prosper, in other words, to increase one's faith, one's hope, even in times that are sad and disappointing. And those are the things that the Church wants us to look at from the view of the example given us by our Blessed Mother, as Mother of Jesus and as spouse to Saint Joseph. And in that we find great strength and great encouragement. And I would suggest that the best way to celebrate Mother's Day and honor our mothers, both living and deceased, is to begin the day at Mass and thank God. Those of you who are wives and mothers, thank God for this great gift of the sacrament of matrimony, the gift of motherhood. And then thank God also for the gift of the Church, who is a mother to us all and always has our good in mind and at heart, offering us that beautiful teaching about the sacrament of matrimony, about the inviolable gift of human life and the privilege and responsibility it is to cooperate with Almighty God in creating new life and in educating and sustaining these new lives of our children. And so as you come to this coming Sunday, keep that in mind as you and your family are at Mass, and please do honor your mothers, as we all should and as we all must. It's one of the 10 Commandments that we honor our fathers and mothers, and that is God's will and wish for all of us. And so as we do that, keep in mind the great blessing that the gift of parenthood is from God to all of us.